Hello everyone, welcome to Jargus Ranger Review. This time we'll be looking at the second episode of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel, Moment of Truth. Now this episode was pretty good. Not as great as the last episode, but not bad. Now first of all, the main conflict is Calvin, I can finally remember his name without looking it up, and Haley's 2-year anniversary. And she got him a nice thing for his car. Unfortunately, he has forgotten. So he tries to lie about it, says, "Oh yeah, well, you'll get your present at our dinner tonight." But unfortunately, our monster of the week, Decepticon, he is powered by lies. Or more importantly, his main bolt attack is. He's really just a big talking robot. Honestly, he fits in way more with, RPM. He could easily be one of the Venjix robots, or even one of Venjix's bodies, I swear. But his first charge of his bolt is fueled by, you guessed it, Monty and Victor Vincent. Victor is trying out all sorts of wacky-ass sunglasses, and eventually gets one of really ugly one of weight pulling, but he cannot see for anything out of them. But Monty, because he always has to suck up to him, just says he looks great, he'll be fine. And so he has to walk around the whole episode apologizing for everything, because Victor just trashes everything he encounters. Because he can't see, and Monty's too chicken to actually tell him the truth. Unfortunately, that makes our monster of the week more powerful. And his first bullet actually goes into Haley's ninja star. It won't fit in her morpher, so she cannot become the White Ranger. And then when Calvin, when he's with the other guys, he's only Preston knows the truth, because he's the only one he confessed it to. They tried to find a present for her quickly, but the lies build up. And though Brody, he says that in response to Calvin saying, yeah, he's getting a carpet, because he's covering up to the two brothers as well. Says, oh wow, that's real romantic. And that fully powers up the next bolt attack. And really, I don't think that's a lie, because from the entire tone, it sounded like really sarcastic to me. Which sarcasm is not used to lie to people. It's used to be a smartass. But then again, I could have interpreted it wrong, or it was just a bad delivery of the line, in comparison to what the writers intended. At any rate, it takes out 3 more of their morphers, so that's no good. So they return to the Ranger base, and Mick is unable to get the bolts off. However, Calvin finally comes clean to Haley about what happened, and that the other guys were trying to cover for him. Well, really just Preston, a little bit. And that makes the bolts go away, because the power of honesty immediately makes the power of deception go away. So they're all ready to fight again, with no consequences whatsoever. So they go out to fight Decepticon, and it's a pretty straightforward fight at first. Some Basher bots appear, so they're trading blows. But the real interesting part of this is Brody takes the Lion Fire armor and fights him alone, because he's charged up one more bolt attack, thanks to Victor and Monty being freaking idiots. And Brody is trying to defend it, he's blocking it really strong. It's just one concentrated beam of energy. But it's trying to overpower him, so Calvin shows up, he makes a water shield in front of him, and that reflects it right back into him, and it completely seals his bolt attack. And then Sarah hits with another attack, at which point and after that they finish him off. She and Calvin use their own finishing moves with their slashes, and Brody uses the Lion Fire finishing move, which still looks really cool. And of course it gets gigantified. But unfortunately they don't really fight. What happens is, they get new super modes inside the Megazord, and I think this armor looks a lot better and fits a lot more cleaner with their suits than the last one did. It's still unnecessary, but whatever. Even Levi gets some. And instead of trying it out in their new Megazords, well, their newly power-starred Megazords, instead they just go straight to the Ultra Zord. And Calvin, being this is his episode, he takes charge of it, and they just blast the hell out of Decepticon and it destroys him. Looks cool, but there was no battle. It was just them getting new powers. Not even new powers, just better looking power. And so there's nothing new on a villain front at all. We just see glimpses of Odious and Cosmo. No, Odious just keeps telling him to go and finish the job instead of coming back to grunt from the audience. And Cosmo is the same. So there's no new developments there at all. And we end off the episode with Calvin and Preston just telling our Victor how ridiculous he looks in the sunglasses. And when they're taken off, it turns out he's got paint all over his face and he's all sunburnt. It looks really ugly. And Monty just screams because he knows Victor's gonna kick his ass. And that's how the episode ends. Because Victor couldn't see, so he didn't see that he ruined Calvin's dinner pizza for Haley. And nice and simple, but it's a high school relationship. They'll be fine. So overall, this was a fun episode. Nothing special happened, but the fight scenes were really cool. I mean, they weren't repetitive or anything. I kept my interest the whole way through, so I really enjoyed it. I'd just say check out this episode just to keep the momentum that there's new Ninja Steel and such. And we get to see that relationship develop a bit. So overall, this gets, I guess, an average B. Nothing super great. It was good, but if you miss it, you won't really miss anything. Anyway, this is Jargus Zero. Thanks for watching, and until the next episode, let the power protect you.